Hey sis, welcome back to the show. In today's episode, I'm talking about choices and hope and healing because every day life gives us two choices. In my personal opinion, I feel that we have the choice to see problems, see limitations, or we have the choice to see possibilities. And I had a real life situation that happened over the weekend, and I just wanted to share a little bit about it with you in hopes that it helps give you some hope as you go about your healing journey. Here we go. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in the destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it so you can start living your best life as your best self. Hey girl, welcome back to Her Best Self, the podcast for women who are recovering from disordered eating and eating disorders. I am so happy to have you here. I want to tell you about yesterday. Yesterday, my heart broke a little inside. I'm not even going to lie. If you're new to the show, then you don't know this yet, but I have two sons. I have a 12-year-old and I have a 8-year-old. And my 12-year-old handed me a piece of wisdom yesterday that I'm still carrying and I'm still dissecting and thinking about. And I just wanted to share it with you today. Today, we're talking about the two choices that life hands every single one of us. You can apply this to recovery. You can apply this to life. Of course, this isn't an eating disorder story. This is a life story and a mom story and a kid story. But life will bring us wisdom in ways that I just like to turn into episodes for you so that you can apply them to your own life and in your own story that you are even navigating and creating and even recreating as you start to go along this path of recovering from an eating disorder. But you see, we have the choice to see problems or to see possibilities. And that's what I took away from yesterday. This looking glass concept of you choose how you want to look at things, and how you look at things and the perception that you view it through can change everything, especially the outcome. So let me tell you what happened. My 12-year-old, he's been working really hard. And if you're new here, my kids play baseball. They are obsessed with it. And so he has been training, he has been practicing, he has been pouring his little heart into making this new travel baseball team that he wanted with everything in him. He is a good little player too. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I know I'm biased. I know I'm the mom, but he tried out a few weeks ago and he came home glowing after the tryout. He was confident, he was excited, he was telling me all about it, he was dreaming about the new colors and the new chapter and all the things. And we were so sure, y'all, like so sure. In fact, I even got him this baseball necklace and his team's colors. That's how much we believed for him that he had made the team. And then yesterday, the message came. He didn't make it. And before I go on a tangent about daddy ball and make this a baseball episode, I cannot even with politics and youth sports nowadays. That is a whole separate conversation. But sis, I watched my boy crumble. He screamed, he cried, and then came the question that I could see in his little eyes that gutted me, because I know it so well. And maybe you do too. He started questioning his worth. Well, maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe I didn't show them I was good enough. Maybe I'm not enough. Oh my gosh, I think I broke. And I went up to his room. He was laying on his bed and I pulled him aside. And I'll be honest, I had full-blown mama tears streaming down my face. I couldn't. I tried. And I didn't try to fix him. I didn't try to talk him out of it or rush him to talk about it. I just wanted to sit with him and hold a space for him. Sis, if you don't have someone to sit with you and hold a space for you when you're feeling like the world is crumbling, I encourage you to find that person. And if that person isn't someone in your corner, I will happily be that person and coach you through your recovery as you navigate these different challenges of ups and downs. But what I told him that I want to land with you is this: you are chosen, you are loved, you are seen. And I know this is hard. This is genuinely hard. And there's moments of suck. I didn't try to make it better, which is what I typically do. I didn't pretend it didn't hurt. I let it hurt for him. And then I told him something that I've shared with him before, because I believe in being honest and having that radical honesty with my kids. I told him that I felt this exact same feeling basically my entire life. And as a child, I never felt enough, not good enough, not picked enough. For so much of my own life, I felt average. And it's part of what fed my own struggle with my eating disorder. And I've shared this with them. He knows that story. And in that moment, his pain and my old pain, they just sat in the room together. They sat there. Then I let him vent all of it, every what if. What if there was just a better first baseman? What if I had a better day, Mom? What if I could change the coach's mind? What if you had talked to the coach? What if I'd practiced more, practiced longer, been better? What if? It took every ounce of me not to argue with a single what if. I just let him get it all out. And then after all the what ifs were finally drained out of him, he looked up at me and said something I will never forget. Mom, God must be protecting me from something that he knows that I don't yet. Maybe that's it. At that point, I just about lost it. Out of the mouth of my child came the very truth that I have spent years in my adult life even learning. The same thing he was devastated by. He turned over in his hands and he saw completely different. Same loss, friend. Same disappointment. Same facts, but a different looking glass. He went from something is so wrong with me to maybe something is being protected within me. And that, sister, is the whole thing. That is what I wanted you to hear today, because life gives every one of us the same two choices over and over and over on repeat. We can see problems or we can see possibilities. We can live in complaining and in victim mentality, or we can live in gratitude and expansion. We can live in fear, or we can walk in faith. But there's no in between, because in the in between is when we start with the what ifs. And the difference between a heavy heart and a peaceful one is almost never the circumstance. It's the perspective. It's the looking glass. Two women can go through the exact same level of hard, and one sees proof that she is not enough, and the other sees a redirection that she couldn't have planned. Two completely different lives. So I want to ask you gently today, not to shame you, but to wake something up inside of you. Which looking glass are you holding up? Which filter? When something doesn't go your way, when you get cut, when you aren't picked, when you're rejected, do you hear what's wrong with me? What's broken? Or this is why I'm always this way? This is why I'll never change. This is why I go to my old friend, my eating disorder. Or are you learning to ask, what might this be about? Maybe God's protecting me. When recovery feels hard, because it is hard, life is hard, do you see it as one more thing that you're failing at? Or as a possibility, a doorway, a redirection, need I say an opportunity toward a self that you just haven't met yet? When you look at your life, sis, your body, your journey, your story up to this point, are you looking through the glass of a problem or from the lens of a possibility? Here's the truth that my 12-year-old reminded me of. The rejection, the closed door, the no, you didn't get it, it doesn't always mean something's wrong. And it doesn't mean something's wrong with you. Sometimes it means something is being protected for you by a love bigger than your sight. Now hear me. Choosing the possibility glass, that doesn't mean you skip the hard part. And that's what sucks. My son, he screamed, he cried. He got the what ifs out first. And I recommend that for you. What if it doesn't work? What if I relapse again? What if I can't do this? But sis, the peace came after he let himself feel it, not instead of feeling it. That is the underscore for the show today. So this isn't just be positive. This is feel it fully and then choose how you're going to hold it, friend. You're allowed to grieve a closed door, and you're allowed to trust that the door closing might be mercy that you can't see yet. A heavy heart and a peaceful one, they are often looking at the very same facts on the page. The only thing that is different is the lens in which they're being looked through. So this week, I want to give you something simple. The next time that your life hands you a hard thing, whether that is you wanting to restrict your meal, whether that is a disappointment, whether that is somebody let you down, or if that is a no or a not yet, I want you to catch which glass you reach for and then gently see if you can turn it over the way that my son did. Maybe this is protecting me. Maybe God is protecting me. Maybe this redirection is protection from something I can't see yet. And if you're in a season, sis, where every looking glass feels like it's showing you a problem, where you're so deep in it, you can't find the possibility on your own, that's exactly what walking with someone is for. I'd be honored to be that someone. You can find ways that we can work together over at herbestself.co and come join us in our private community at herbestselfsociety.com, where we hold these truths for each other daily. Because you don't have to find that possibility all by yourself. I know what it's like to be in a deep, dark place. What I also know is that my son woke up this morning lighter and brighter than he was yesterday. And not because anything about his circumstances changed, not because he got a call from the coach saying, just kidding, we cut the wrong player, you're still gonna come and join the team, not because the necklace is still in the wrong colors, but the glass changed. The way that he viewed it changed. And what I wanted to focus on today, because I feel like you need to hear this. You are chosen. You are loved. And whatever door just closed on you, maybe, just maybe, sis, it's protecting you from something you can't see yet. So go look through another lens. Until next time, I love you. I hope that this message gave you just some reflection, some hope, some inspiration. On the show, I love to have you guys apply a tangible action for your week because I truly do believe that recovery happens in the small steps that you do consistently and in the acting and the doing, not the thinking. What I hope today's message did for you is it allowed you to go, you know what? Maybe there's things in my life that I just haven't yet figured out. Maybe that there's a reason why I've been going through this season for a really long time. Maybe I really wasn't ready to face my fears. Maybe I've been being protected from things that I just couldn't see. But could it be that if I just take one step forward and look at this through a different lens, all things could change for me? What is that possibility versus that problem? I love you, girl, and I want you to apply this episode to your week. I would love for you to share it with me of how you're doing just that. You can send me a personal email at lindsay@herbestself.co. I would love to hear from you. And if this podcast has blessed your life, go out and rate and review it on Apple iTunes, because that's how we get recognized and noticed by other women who are struggling and need that help and support as well. I love you, sis, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye for now. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.